Are you looking for a new kind of apple pie to make for maybe Christmas or Thanksgiving that'll impress your friends? Well, this week on World Traveler Cooking, we're going to make a Tarte Normande. This is a regional apple pie from Normandy in France, and it's quite unusual. Like, Normandy is well known for their apple crops. They do a lot of interesting things with apples, so if you want specialty apple dishes, Normandy is a good place to go. One of the things they do with apples in Normandy is they make brandy, in particular this kind that they call Calvados. And we're going to add some Calvados in the Tarte Normande today. So Normandy is well known for their apple crops. I don't know how far their apple crops go back. My guess is quite a long time. And again, great place to get good apple dishes. Now, I'm going to go through the ingredients in two steps here. The first is the crust, because unlike my previous ones, the crust here is just a little different. In the crust we have 100 grams of butter, we have an egg, we have 100 grams of sugar, and we have 200 grams of flour. We'll also add a pinch of salt. Now, the process of making the pie crust is quite different than it is with an American pie crust, so keep all that in mind as we go and make that. The difference between an American pie and a French tart is not just butter versus vegetable shortening, it's also the egg and the process through which the crust is made. As for the inside of the tart, we have 1 kilogram, or a little over 2 pounds of apples. We have 2 eggs. We have 50 grams of almond meal. You could probably use another kind of nut, maybe like a hazelnut, if you want to avoid almonds due to water usage, but then it won't be a Tarte Normande, so call it something else. We will also, for this reason, have slivered almonds that we'll sprinkle on top. We again have 100 grams of sugar. We have 200 grams of heavy cream. You can use whipping cream if you want. And then we'll use about half a cup or so of Calvados. The recipe says half a glass. I've been doing some research. I can't figure out how much a glass is, but should be fine. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, to make the crust, I'm going to start by breaking the egg in here and whisking it. The recipes all say whisk with a fork. I'm actually going to whisk with a whisk. Then we're going to add a pinch of salt. We will beat in the sugar. Basically, we'll cream the eggs and the sugar together. And the recipes say to continue to beat it until everything's frothy. See, that's starting to look frothy, but I'm going to keep beating it for just a bit, and then I'll be back and you can see what it looks like. So here is our frothy egg and sugar mixture. Then what we are told to do is to stir the flour in all at once, mixing it with a spatula until you get a consistency like sand. In this case, I'm going to use a spoon. I'll be back once this is all mixed together. I'm going to stop once it gets to be a consistent consistency, like there's no like separate flour and dough. And so here we have our sand-like consistency. So next we're going to take our butter and we're going to work it in small pieces. So here's our sandy consistency. This is from the egg and the flour and the sugar and a little bit of salt. And now we're going to start mixing our butter in. I've cut it into pieces here. And now we're going to work it in with our hands. Now I suspect that one of the big differences between this sort of French tart dough and like an American pie crust is that this is optimized for being able to cook without having to worry about keeping everything cold. So we don't worry about ice cold water here because there's no water. We add the egg, the sugar, and everything together because these things themselves will inhibit the gluten formation. And you'll note that this dough just does not stick together very much. The extent of what it sticks together is from the egg. It's not gluten. So in the event where you want to make a gluten-free pie crust, I would suggest studying how the French make their pie crusts because it seems very, 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 very relevant. And you'll see, once this is all mixed together, we have a dough. And this dough is only just a little bit sticky. See, it doesn't really stick to our hands. Here we have our pie crust. At some point in the future, I might experiment cutting down the sugar. I suspect the sugar is actually important for consistency in this sort of pie crust. Now, if it were a hot day, we'd have to leave this in the refrigerator, but since it's not, I'm just going to go ahead and get started on the rest. So the next step is to butter our tart pan or pie pan. Now you can use like you just need something that's like reasonably shaped. And can stand the heat of the oven. I have a Pyrex one here. Here in Europe, Pyrex is still borated glass. In the US, Pyrex is now mostly tempered glass, so be aware of that. Most people, I think, use metal tins, but the metal tin I have doesn't look as nice as this one, so I'm going to use this one. Once this is done, we are going to sprinkle it with flour. And here we have our floured, buttered pie pan. So now we're going to roll this out and turn it into the pan. I'll be rolling it on a piece of baking paper or parchment paper, just because that makes managing it easier. So of course, we're going to roll this out. So here we have the crust in the tart pan. We're going to go ahead and kind of shape this out. Going to remove the pieces right at the top and make sure that everything kind of crimps nicely here. Now, very important, when we get down to this point, we need to be a little bit stabby with our fork. The major reason for this is we don't want air bubbles underneath. So there we are. There is our French tart pie crust. Now, I'm going to make my cream first, and the reason I'm going to make the cream first is that the apples are going to darken once we start to peel and cut them. And so if we get this part done first, then there's less time for the apples to darken. So it allows us to work a little faster. Then we are going to add our sugar. You note how different it is when you have 2 eggs instead of 1. Then we will start to add our almond flour. We will whisk in our cream. And then when the cream's in, we will whisk in the Calvados. So I finished my first rosette, and I'm just going to put more rosettes of apples on top here until I'm done with all my apples, or until it gets too full. But then I'll be back, and then we'll add the cream and put it in the oven. So I'm actually not going to use my last apple because that's looking really full. So I'm going to slowly pour this in, make sure I don't overfill. Yep, that looks about right. Then we're going to sprinkle some of these these almond slices on top. Then we will put this in the oven at 220 Celsius. That's about 450 or so, for 25 minutes. All right, and then we'll be back. And here we have our Tarte Normande. I'm going to let it cool for maybe 5 or 10 minutes before I try to remove it from the mold. And yeah, this is looking and smelling really good. Maybe I'll just keep it in the mold for a bit and then cut it and take it out. Now, I'm not going to do the plating one today because I kind of messed taking it out of the form. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the taste test. I think this looks absolutely delicious, it smells absolutely delicious, and we're going to go ahead and try it. So, in the future, I think I would do it in a metal pan because it's going to be very difficult to eat otherwise. And maybe wasps, you can stay away. I'm sure they like it too. Wow. Just wow. This is an absolutely delicious dessert. I can't say anything else about it. It's just totally, totally delicious. So if you want a highbrow alternative to an apple pie, definitely try a Tarte Normande. Now, if you find this content interesting, I hope I've earned a like and a subscription from you. Please feel free to comment about other things you think that people who cook this dish should know. Tell me what you think you would do differently. I always like to hear those sorts of comments. At any rate, recipes in the description. Bon appetit, and see you next week.